Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Hey, remember, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and be sure to check out all my links down below. If you want to help support the channel, which is always very, very much appreciated, it helps keep us going. It helps us get along, move along, and all that good stuff. And Chum Ben is coming up later this month, so you could really help us out here. There are links down below for PayPal and Ko-fi.com if you want to help us have a good time for Chum Ben, which is like the largest traditional holiday here in Cambodia. You could also purchase one or more of my books. The links for that is down below as well, and that's always very much appreciated and helps us tremendously. And of course, as always, we thank you very much because we love our supporters, and you guys have meant the world to us and continue to do so. So, as you might know, if you want to ship things to Cambodia from the United States, it can be pretty pricey. It depends on the item, of course, and how much it weighs and everything, but it's prohibitively expensive for some things. Shipping directly from like Amazon. And I know a lot of people love Amazon, a lot of people use Amazon. I did when I was back in the United States, but over here it might not be wise to do that just simply because of the cost. So I'm going to give you some alternative sources you can use if you want to have things shipped to Cambodia. Now keep in mind, I always recommend shopping local as much as possible. You'll be able to find many of the things you find on those sites right here, but not everything. And there might be some things you're looking for specifically that might be difficult to obtain here in Cambodia. And you don't want to pay that high shipping cost from Amazon. So hopefully one or more of these will help you out. You can familiarize yourself with all of them and decide which one you want. But the first thing I want to say is that if you still insist on shopping from Amazon or eBay or something like that, there is an alternative here to get the shipping to be much, much less. Even though it's still kind of pricey, it'll be much, much less than if you order direct. And that will be with Cambo Quick. As you can see, the Cambo Quick is simply, they order in bulk from places like Amazon and places like eBay. And the more they order, the less the shipping will cost for them, for each individual. And then they pass those savings on to you. And it's really easy to use. A lot of people recommend them. You send them the links to the things you want. They'll look at them and they'll give you a quote with no hidden fees. They'll tell you exactly how much it will cost to get that object, that thing or things you want to Cambodia, right to you. You through them with the shipping and everything included. And so you look at that quote, and if it's fair to you, you pay them, and then they deliver it right to wherever you are here. And yeah, they're pretty straightforward. They're kind of a go-between, between you and your shopping from the West, your favorite Western online retailers and things. So that might be an alternative if you still want to use what you're familiar with, places such as Amazon and eBay. So those things are still available here. They're just going to cost you a little bit more. But Cambo Quick can make that a little bit less. So that's one option. A second option is AliExpress. As you can see, they have a lot of different things, a lot of different categories. You can search for whatever you want on the search bar on their app or online. And all the information, once you click on a product, all the information will be there. what you're getting, how much each unit is going to cost, if you want one, if you want more than one, what colors to choose, if that's an option for whatever you want. Yeah, and it gets here pretty quick. I've heard people say that use AliExpress that it usually gets here to Cambodia in about 10 days, right? And I always tell people, as far as an address goes, if you're in a room or an apartment that don't have an address or don't have a street name, to just use the post office. And then you can just go to the post office and pick up your packages or letters, whatever, once they arrive. But if you do have an address, they can deliver right to your door as well. So yeah, AliExpress is a good one. And they're really inexpensive. You know, you can get some real good bargains on there, and with the shipping and everything, which is very insignificant. It's about standard price for shipping from there to here. But even with the price of your items and the shipping, it would be, some things are even less than what it would be buying it from Amazon without the shipping. So that might be a good alternative for you if you're looking for something like that. The next one is probably the least expensive that I've seen. And please let me know in the comments if you have any other sites that will deliver to Cambodia without really expensive shipping. These might not be the only ones. These are the ones I'm aware of that people I hear talk about over and over. And the one I'm really impressed with, is kind of impressed with, is called, I think it's pronounced Taobo or Taobao. Yeah, it's from China. But as you can see, the thing is, everything here is listed in RMB, which is a Chinese yuan. But that's really easy to figure out how much you would pay, because they do let you pay, by the way, with once you get to checkout, you can pay with USD too. You can change the option to USD, and they take all the major credit cards and bank cards and everything. But it's really easy to figure out. It's like 14 cents for every, or it's one RMB is like 14 cents USD, is what I want to say. So in other words, something that's going to cost like 60 RMB is going to be like $8.40. All right. So if you look at those prices on the app or whatever, and you think, oh God, I'm not going to pay $60 for that. It's not $60. It's 60 RMB. You just have to do the math, or they'll do it for you at the checkout process. But they have some really inexpensive things on there. Especially if you're a new user, they have a new user special deal the first time you order, where you can get things even half off their regular price, which is ridiculously inexpensive. Even with the shipping, it's just like, yeah, this would be the one I recommend as far as price goes. I can't speak of any of the quality, but other people have said the same, that this is the app, because they deliver fairly quickly, again, within 7 to 10 days. They deliver right to your door or right to the post office here, and you can go pick it up. And you might not be able to find everything on there you can on some of the other apps, but for the most part, they have just about anything you can think of. Of course, as I said, I always think people should shop locally as much as they can, because it really helps the economy. But there are just some things, that won't be able to find here. But I found that most of the things I want that I can't find here are like novelty things that aren't really necessary or you don't really need, but just things that you might want. For instance, I'm trying to find like, I love horror books and I love horror movies. And I thought, you know what, every room I go to is like, man, these walls are empty. I could really use something on these walls. And I was like, ooh, how about horror movie posters? Like Halloween and Friday the 13th and Hellraiser, and old movie posters. But of course, I'm not going to find those here. So, but I did go to Tao App, and I found a whole bunch of them there in different sizes, depending on what size you want. You can even order them with a frame if you want. And they were not a lot of money. They're a very good price. So, yeah, as soon as I get the extra money, I'll see, maybe buy one, test it out, show you guys what it is and how much and everything. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. But like I said, it's those kind of things that you can't find here that you could find on, you might find them on Amazon, and you can use Cambo quick, or you might be able to find those things on AliExpress, or you might be able to find those things on Tao App, and get them shipped here pretty fast and pretty cheap, and not have to worry about paying the exorbitant price that from Amazon if you were to do it direct from here. And I mean, it is exorbitant. I mean, I love horror books. I don't have a lot of physical copies of horror books because shipping from the United States is ridiculous. A $10 paperback would cost me an additional $21 in shipping. That's not with the $10. That's additional on top of the $10. So it would be like $31 for a $10 paperback for one book just to ship it here from Amazon to here. And that is just a highway robbery, man. That's just ridiculous. So yeah, that's out of the question. But like I said, the things you can't find, you'll be able to find on some of these other apps, some of these other sites, delivered right to your door at a reasonable price. And then, like I said, if you guys have any other suggestions for that, let people know in the comments. Any other shopping options that could help them out. And be sure to check out all my links down below. Like I said, I have PayPal, I have Ko-fi.com. There are other channels vlogging from this part of the world that are excellent channels. I have all of those listed down below for your viewing pleasure. And yeah, let me know what's going on with you. And from Siem Reap, Cambodia, I will talk to you guys in the next one.